Hello there, this is Kuza, and welcome to my show. Here we are again. This should be our last session with Novgorod. Let's make it as interesting as possible. We still have 10 years to play, and I think we can manage quite a lot in those 10 years. I think at least we still have 10 years to play. We started 1450, so yeah, 25 years, 1475. So we're practically at war with half of Europe, but that doesn't matter really because they have no way of actually reaching us. So what we should do now is actually focus on just building up their economy, I feel like, because I don't think we will get the chance to actually conquer anything else. Maybe I can manage to bring Muscovy into our trade league and to vassalize them, but I don't think I can do anything else. And it actually saddens me, because I would have expected to manage to get some kind of semblance of Russian state going here. But I've actually just managed to reunify the lost territories of Novgorod, and nothing else much. But yeah, we've managed at least to beat Sweden, we've managed to beat the Teutonic Order, so I think it wasn't that bad of a session last time. So let's jump into it and just go directly to speed 4 because there's not much happening. Oh, not speed 5. Speed 5 is a little bit too fast and it runs unstable. Okay, so we are actually not maintaining any of our armies or navies because we don't need to. And yeah, we're too weak to actually have any kind of decent state in our sphere of influence. I think it's mostly because we have such a little amount of army in comparison to them. Let's see, we should actually build stuff. We should actually build the... Well, I don't think we really need to build a constable. We can build him after we have the workshop set up, because then it actually makes sense. But I think right now we should just build armories everywhere to just increase the manpower these guys have at their disposal after I'm actually done playing them. So let's see what Hungary is actually offering us. Well, they're offering us just a bunch of yeah, shit, to be honest and to be frank. So we're not going to accept that. We're just gonna stay here and wait for the war to actually end. In the meantime, I guess we could actually just take the time and talk about what country we could play next. I mean, in the current situation, is this actually Castile? How the... Damn, I think that this was Normandy actually. Yeah, this province was actually Normandy, so probably Castile just conquered it. Well, we have a couple of possibilities here. As discussed previous... is Austria actually still in a personal union under Bohemia? Yes, it is. So, that's not gonna happen. I'm not gonna play Austria. We could maybe play... yeah, that could actually work, to play the Papal States maybe, because they actually have 2 of the 4 provinces you need to form Italy, or in the case of the Papal States it's the Kingdom of God or something like that. What else could we do? I think we could actually try and play Burgundy and conquer the rest of France and just set up like a kind of substitute for the missing power in the west. Or maybe just play Castile, unify, form Spain and then start colonizing, or maybe even play Portugal directly. Because I think Castile can manage to finish off the Iberian Peninsula alone. It doesn't really need my help. And those are practically my options. I mean, I could maybe... let's take the money. We have enough prestige. I mean, I could play Denmark, but to be honest, I don't really want to just wait for Sweden to get inherited. I mean, I could just play it like a normal country. I mean, if I delay the inheritance for a couple of decades, it doesn't really matter that much. And Denmark is quite powerful. I mean, I can do a shit ton of stuff with them. I really can. And maybe I'm even lucky and I'm inheriting Sweden, and then I have all those nice Swedish missions at my disposal. I have those cool decisions they have and stuff like that. The problem is I don't really have any kind of opponent in the Baltic Sea. I mean, Novgorod is hardly strong enough to actually face this monster, and the Teutonic Order is in the same situation. Maybe only if I'm trying to expand into the Holy Roman Empire, there might be an alliance of countries that can actually stop Denmark, Sweden, or in that case, a Scandinavian Union. Anyway, let's just continue building some of those manpower buildings, because this is the one thing this country actually lacks completely. Or not really completely, I mean, it's quite a lot of manpower we have here, and we are maximum on land, we are pretty high in quantity, so we are getting a lot of manpower. But we are just small in terms of provinces, that's the problem. And the provinces we do have are not really that high in manpower. Oh, Pskov is taking care of that, so it's okay. Are we actually the only ones still at war with them? Ah, no, there are still a couple of guys. Ah, it's just Burgundy who peaced out of the whole war. And now there's complete peace. Okay, this is nice because now we can actually remove all of our war exhaustion, which will help us in the long run. I think I might actually just try and... well, it doesn't really help us to rush land tech, because we won't be able to get to the point we need to be fast enough, which is a shame. And also, it still annoys me that that last session actually got... I practically had to redo it, because I also got an event that reduced my inflation by 3 points, which is a lot when you're at 8 already. But as I said, 8 inflation is not the end of the world. It's annoying, but it's manageable. I think once in a multiplayer I actually went as high as... I think something like 10 with the Ottomans. And it was actually no problem whatsoever to get down from it in, I think, a session of 30 years or something like that. I was a little bit lucky. I had 2 events that reduced my inflation, but I think I also had one 6-star inflation reduction guy, whatever his name is. Let's see, what's he called actually? He is called Master of Mint, exactly. And I also had the National Bank, I think. So these two combined actually have a pretty high probability of triggering some very nice event that reduce inflation. And it's also very nice, never forget, I'm just talking out of my arse now because we don't really have anything else to talk about. But for instance, if you play a country like Spain and you plan on getting a lot of gold provinces in South America, or if you are playing Austria and take maybe National Bank as the second idea, because you will make a lot of inflation from just having a lot of gold. I mean, in this case, it's not really a problem because Austria only has 2 gold provinces instead of the normal 4 you actually get until this time, if you're lucky. I mean, I had games where I just couldn't manage to find an opening and attack Aquileia without being subjected to the wrath of a giant Bohemia with all of its allies. Oh, this is quite nice. France actually reconquered a little bit, but England reconquered conquered something as well. And I think right now England is at war with the Ottomans, Castile, France. Oh, this is an interesting war. This is a very interesting war. England might just lose this. I don't think they really have enough. The funny thing is they're actually at war against the same guys. Well, it's not really that surprising if they were allied. They are being... Well, I don't really want to lose 6 stability and go to 0. I mean, I'm just gonna take those prestige losses. It's annoying. It's very annoying when something like this happens, when some of your retarded allies just think about, yeah, let's just attack those guys. Why not? And they call everyone and you actually still have a truce with them. But again, it's not that big of a deal. Let's check our regent again, because yeah, he was actually godlike. We will keep him as long as possible. Maybe if we're lucky, we will get an event with claims on our rivals or stuff like that. Ooh, nice. Then we have full merchants anyway. Well, it doesn't really matter. Let's just build the last manpower building we can. Let's check cultural tradition as well a little bit, and maybe the religious decisions as well. Let's just talk a little bit about these, because I feel like many people just take every decision they can and don't even think about the fact that they might have more or stronger negative effects than positive effects. Let's see, Advancement of Religion Act. I feel like with the Eastern countries, everything from Novgorod to the Ottomans and left of them really do not benefit at all from any decision that increases your revolt risk. Because usually these countries are extremely large and they really have a far higher disadvantage than, for instance, France, which is a really compact country normally, than anyone else when it gains revolt risk. You really do not want high revolt risk on your in your territory, so do not take this. I mean, the benefits are not bad, but they are really negligible. I mean, missionary chance 4%, it's not bad. Let's see. Oh, let's actually send the missionary. See, it would actually increase it by 50% in this province, which is actually quite good. But I won't do it. Let's actually accept Poland's invitation again. Why not? As long as they don't do any stupid shit again and then try and drag us into stupid wars they are starting. Docks. What do docks actually bring again? They actually give us some production efficiency, which is quite nice, especially for furs. So this is a very nice thing to have. Let's actually... no, not constable, we want the docks. This is something else that might be not very intuitive when you play with a country that is especially good for land wars or something like that. For instance, with the Ottomans, many people just neglect building the docks in newly conquered provinces, for instance, because they have the docks from the beginning and everywhere else. But actually try and do that, because the docks, 25 production efficiency, that's a lot. That is really a lot, and especially if you have good provinces like wine or cloth, or even furs like I have in Neva. It is really, really useful. You are getting your money back in an instant. I mean, I think it's actually just increasing the trait value, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not quite sure where exactly the bonus applies. I think it applies here. So you actually get more of your production. Let's see in another country, in another province that actually has the docks. I think Ingermanland has the docks, and yes, they do. So let's see. See, the dock gives plus 25%. Um, so you practically do not increase the income from the trade good by only 25%, because mathematically you actually just gain a percentage of this and you increase this percentage by 25%. It's just a plain addition. So if you had an efficiency of 30%, you are making 30% of the price. And if you get the docks, you actually start getting 55%. So it's practically almost in 100% increase in income from the trade good. So it's very nice and very worthwhile in the beginning. I know I probably shouldn't just talk math without being a little bit more coherent, but yeah, here you go. That's my style. Deal with it. Okay, in the meantime, let's see, marketplaces. We could actually start building some marketplaces just for the future, but let's just finish off with the constables, because I know these are actual buildings I know I will need, or I know the country will need, because I won't be playing them for much longer. I'm actually just having 5 more years to go, and then I'm finished. Sadly enough, it's quite uneventful, but we can actually just check what England and France and Spain is doing, and this is quite a messy thing that's happening here. Look at this. Denmark and Sweden actually landed 18,000 soldiers into Spain itself, and England seems to have landed some troops as well, and they're conquering provinces left, right, and center. At the same time, the Normandy has been conquered by Algiers, which is quite funny. And Spain has advanced in southern France here, or let's call it southern continental England, because let's be a little bit historical. And it seems like Holland has gained its independence from Burgundy, because if I remember correctly, they actually annexed Holland last time or something like that. Whatever, I really don't know what happened there. Oh, Ferrara actually inherited Modena. Well, Ferrara is actually quite a nice country. Do they actually have the cores? No, they don't have the core on Mantua, but they do have the core on Modena. Nice. This is quite this is insane. The not so good thing is our candidate to playing the Papal States have actually lost Firenze, and Ancona will be very hard to reconquer, because Naples is pretty big. I won't lie to you here. It would be a struggle we couldn't really win, I think. Yeah. So it doesn't really do to try it. I think we'll just forget about Italy. Maybe actually play Naples. Maybe that could work. Although having lost Apulia to Spain is not something you like to see. Oh, and this is perfect. I mean, really, England actually managed to conquer Asturias from Spain. I mean, from Castile, because they are not Spain yet. Oh, this is just insane. England is doing fantastically, and they got Co as well. Oh, this is just amazing. I mean, England is doing so well. So well. Next session, they will actually, I think, turn into Great Britain. Although I think they might need Orkney, but no, I think they only need Orkney for one specific national decision. Okay, in the meantime, let's check how many troops we can actually have. We can actually build 7 more. And we have 5 more, so we can build 2 more cavalry units. Yes. In Neva and in Germanland. In Novgorod and in Köln. And let's build 1 infantry unit. And I think I have 1 left, because I'm only building 6 and I can have 7. Maybe just have 1 more infantry unit just for the security of having them. Yeah, let's do that. So now they should also have quite an army that's a force to be reckoned with. Nothing to be taken lightly. Which is exactly what I was hoping for. Okay, anything interesting happening on the map now? I don't really see anything else that's interesting. I mean, England is still at war with the Ottomans and probably will manage to get Navarra, but I don't think they can actually get enough provinces to actually demand it from the Ottomans. So the Ottomans will still keep this funny little colony they have here in the Basque country. I hope that's how it's pronounced. Okay. And these two armies are quite nice. Quite nice. I don't really have any casus belli against anyone, that's the annoying thing, you know? If I at least had some casus belli, I would just attack left, right and center. Let's see if we can actually get some trade rights. We can't, so let's just cancel this mission. Expand the franchise, that means we need to have league members. Let's just check how many league members we actually have right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so we need 3 more. Let's try Denmark. Maybe they want to join our trade league. They don't. They are in our trade league. They are in our trade league. They are. They cannot be invited, it seems. They cannot be invited either. They don't want to. They can't be invited. You can be invited. Damn it. Well, let's just continue building stuff. I mean, why not? Now we won't be building anything right now. Let's wait for those buildings to finish that we have right now. And I mean, the market, it's all right because the next level is the trade depot. Oh no, the trade depot is actually crap. The market is actually quite good. Well, we could build markets because it will increase the trade value of our trade goods and thus increase the production as well and increase the value of our trade center, which we are currently practically controlling. And as soon as we have, I think, trade 9, we can just throw everybody out of our trade center and just trade without any problem. I mean, just have the trade center only for us and nobody else. So let's start with the highest production, Novgorod first. Okay, perfect. We could actually just look at the religious decisions for the couple of years that are actually left. So let's see. The Act of Uniformity. That is actually a straight benefit. You shouldn't have any problem getting it. Or okay, the Bishop Suffrage, the Suffragan Bishop Act, whatever. This doesn't seem to be too bad. It's a question of how often do you think you will be in the negatives in terms of stability, and how often do you think you will need to actually research it, because just generally I would take it. Cheaper stability, especially for the provinces in the west, where when you actually conquer this region north of the Black Sea and just going into the hordes, you will have a lot of Muslim population, a lot of wrong religion, wrong culture, although they might be actually in the same culture group. No, they aren't. So yeah, you will need actually cheaper stability, because if you then lose stability, you will have increased costs from these provinces, and it I mean, the national tax, okay, they're 4%, it's not that bad. I mean, later in the game you won't actually get your money from taxes, but instead from production and actually trade income. Of course, taxes are the only ones that give you the end of year tax, which is the only money you actually get to spend without minting and increasing your inflation. But I think it is worth it, most of the times at least. As I said, never just agree with everything I say, because I'm not all-knowing, and I didn't play the game for a couple of months, and I'm still making some mistakes, as you have clearly seen until now. Let's check the other ones. Church taxes are also, they are quite good. I mean, national tax 8% is not something you can just dismiss casually, especially in the beginning. You do not really get a lot of money, so you should try and get as much money as you can. But again, you just need to know for yourself if the long-term effect of your mid to late game of the +1 revolt risk is something you actually want to deal with. Because I wouldn't. I wouldn't want to have to deal with that. And also, the Declaration of Indulgence Act. Well, this is just plain shit. You don't need this. If you do not intend to just conquer heavily into Western Europe, where everything is either Catholic or later on Protestant, or maybe even Reformed, then just don't get it. I mean, the increase in tolerance for heretics is nice, but you normally just want to convert them anyway, and only if you're going on maximum innovativity from just the beginning, maybe then it would make some sort of sense. But as I said, I don't think the increased stability costs actually make any difference. And plus, with a country like Novgorod, Russia, or stuff like that, you will practically just conquer the heathens, not heretics. So this won't help you at all. Okay, one thing happened here. Sweden is no longer in our trade league, and I really want to wage one last war until I'm finished. The problem is Denmark actually has quite a big army, and I think Sweden does as well, but you know, why not? Let's do it. I mean, they have been assholes the whole time. Oh, they're actually allied with England as well, and England is pretty damn strong. I don't really fancy fighting against these two monsters, seriously. I mean, I would like to, but I'm bored, not suicidal. Let's leave it at that. And I would have done it especially for you guys, because I know waging war is one of the more interesting aspects of the game. This just standing around and waiting might not be something everyone enjoys. I personally enjoy it a lot, because I usually just do what I'm doing right now. I'm just looking around at the map, at Europe, what everyone else is doing, and I'm just thinking about, how can I improve my country when I have the opportunity to improve it, just to be prepared for any kind of occasion. Well, the session is coming to an end pretty fast. Let's try to get a conclusion going for Novgorod. Although we didn't really have much to do, and it wasn't really that challenging, the short war with Sweden wasn't something and with the Order, wasn't something that was that ridiculously easy. Because we had a couple of bad die rolls, to be honest, and we lost a little bit more army than I would have wanted. But in general, I think we have managed to hold our own and to develop the country quite well. We have managed to build a couple of good buildings. We have managed to buy some nice advisors. And we have started to get rid of the high inflation the I had when I had taken over the country. Also, the Teutonic Order broke the trade. We might just go to war with the Teutonic Order. Why not? Yeah, let's just do that. I mean, now we just have one more year. I don't want to leave the AI with such a war on their hands. Because, to be honest, they will just fuck it up, and then our whole work will be for nothing. I mean, I really don't actually think the AI can do anything with the situation it is in right now. They don't have the actual manpower or military strength to fight against the Horde, and everything else in this region, we just didn't have the luck of getting any kind of random events that give us cores on our rivals or something like that, which is yeah, it's not really something I would have wanted for this country. I mean, a couple of more cores, let's say Pskov, Polotsk, or maybe even on Tver or something, would have been very nice. What we maybe should have done is to actually destroy this center of trade, transform ourselves into a administrative republic or something like that, and just build on what's it called, on trading and other centers of trade. But yeah, it's too late for that now. It's just too late. In any case, let's just check Southern Europe and just the Mediterranean region a little bit. The Ottomans seem to be doing quite well. They haven't really conquered anything else as of now. What's their mission right now, actually? It's annex Egypt. Well, this is kind of bad. I mean, the AI doesn't really know that it can cancel missions, as far as I know. I have never heard of the AI actually cancelling a mission it has. It may be auto-cancelled if the requirements for the mission disappear, but I have never seen the AI actively just cancelling a mission just to get something better or something that makes more sense for its current situation. Which is bad, because the Ottomans will now just waste a lot of time trying to annex, to conquer the Mamluks. Which is unfortunate, because if they cancelled the mission, they could actually get maybe the mission on Serbia to get the core, or maybe the mission to get Rhodos, or maybe the mission to get Kaffa, or maybe they would just go for Georgia here. Although I think Georgia is quite nice in its current position, because it actually stops any of the hordes from actually declaring war on the Ottomans, which is a good thing. Okay, money is good. Money is always good. We always want money. Why do we actually make that little money? What's happening here? Maybe just because of the... Oh, we have too much army. I guess because all of those guys left our center of trade, we might have lost some kind of trade effects. I think I've seen the trade effect for iron to disappear. Let's just check a little what the iron actually gives us as an effect. Trade goods. Iron gives us... I can't see it here. I think here it is. Yeah. Regiment costs minus 10%. Okay, so actually just the cost would have went down, but everything else would have stayed the same. So I don't really know why our supply limit has changed. Okay, in the meantime, what can we do here? We could actually just go more into plutocracy, just to get a little bit more money out of our trade. Well, hopefully the country is actually fit for survival after I'm leaving it, because I don't know if I'm going to come back into this region for a while. I may come back for Muscovy as soon as I'm done with any other interesting countries. And maybe then we can actually form a good-looking Russia, and not just run around in circles like a headless chicken and just vassalize and have missions regarding our center of trade. I mean, this is quite annoying, getting all those stupid missions all the time, especially against the AI. If you're playing with humans, they are actually quite nice, because no player in their right mind will actually ever say, no dude, I don't want you to, have trade posts in my country, and I don't want to get increased production efficiency from my trade goods. Everybody will agree to that. Especially because with human-played countries, there's no big risk that the Merchant Republic will suddenly disappear, and thus the Trade League as well. Like with the Hansa, Genoa, and Venice. With those countries, the Trade League will most likely disappear sometime, because the other players will just invade and conquer them. The nice gameplay starts when you have more than one trade league, like if there's a player Venice and a player Novgorod. But yeah, this has been it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this more or less miserable display of boring nothingness, and I hope you know that this isn't what usually happens. I mean, with the other countries, we actually had a little bit of action. We didn't really just stand around and did nothing. But this is to be expected from a Paradox game. And I've tried to just go through this period as fast as we could, and we have actually finished pretty fast. I think this is one of the faster videos I've did. I mean, what's the antonym of long? The shorter videos, exactly. Yeah, I'm really not good with words today, and usually as well. But okay, this has been it. We may just do a short interlude video again, because I feel like it was quite successful just to talk about the situation in Europe as a whole. I know I did that a little bit in this session as well, but I guess just for a 10-minute video, just to wrap up what happened in Europe, what the situation is, and what country is actually worth playing right now, we could do that. And afterwards we decide upon the country, and we do these 25 years bursts a little bit faster than I have been doing them until now. So this has been it. I'll see you next time, hopefully. Bye.